I'm very honored to participate in the first online march on Washington for our veterans. One of my top priorities in the Senate is making sure our nation's veterans get the support and care they need and deserve. I come from a strong military family. My husband, Chip, is a Vietnam veteran who attended law school on the GI Bill. His dad, my father-in-law, is a retired two-star Marine Corps general. I have two nephews on active duty. One's a fighter pilot in the Air Force, and the other is a Navy SEAL. Our military sacrificed so much to keep us safe. And as a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee, it is my job to make sure we provide our veterans and our active duty military with first-class services such as health care and education. I'm proud to make routine visits to North Carolina's military installations and discuss the issues most important to our active duty military and veterans. Just last month, I visited the U.S. Army Special Operations Command at Fort Bragg and was hosted by Lieutenant General John Mulholland. This spring, I co-sponsored legislation to ensure veterans' health care funding will be appropriated 2 fiscal years in advance. Currently, it is appropriated just 1 year in advance. And in 19 of the past 22 fiscal years, funding for health care at the Department of Veterans Affairs has not been allocated by the start of the fiscal year, creating challenges in planning and managing veterans' care. Providing sufficient, timely, and predictable funding would allow the department to properly plan to meet the needs of our veterans. This legislation would eliminate any funding shortfalls resulting from delays in the passage of the annual federal budget. Too often, partisan budget battles get in the way of funding important, non-negotiable priorities like veterans' health care. Veterans need to know that necessary funding will be available regardless of the way the political wind is blowing. I'm working with my colleagues in the Senate to advance this critical legislation. I'm also committed to helping our veterans with the transition from military to civilian life. We need to make sure that we give our active duty military, Guard, and Reserve the information they need and their families need before they enter civilian life. It is our responsibility to ensure our veterans can make this transition seamlessly and have support throughout the process. Again, I want to reiterate how honored I am to participate in this important march. My office is always open to helping you, our veterans. You have devoted your lives to protecting our country, and we as a nation are forever grateful.